if you don't mind, I'm going to go through some team stuff real fast. And then, let's see, where is this? Let me pull it up. And then we will get to you. And we shouldn't be on here a real long time. I got to share my screen. Okay, I'm trying this over. My sister's texting me. All right. So, guys, let's see. Did I hit record? How are y'all? Hey, guys. Farin, do you know Timmy? Do you know Timmy Parks? You probably see her name in our Diamond group. But she's, we kind of co-run a lot of things together. So we do our team calls together too, which is fun. But, all right, guys. So what is today? March 27th. We're nearing the end of the month. And you guys know I'm super excited to have Farin on. Last week we had Robbie, and I'm just like excited for you guys to hear from some different people other than me, because you hear from me all the time. But Farin's going to talk to us tonight about how she conducts her conversations, how she connects with people, and how she moves her business forward through that. Because it seems like, I feel like this month, a lot of us are having that. That's kind of where our pain point is this month, is connecting with people and like taking those conversations from start to finish, to closing out with a challenge pack purchase or Shakeology purchase. And so Farin is just going to share with you how she does it, because we all do it differently. I don't know, like I know lots of really great coaches, and honestly, we all do it differently, which is so stinking cool, because I just can't tell you how like awesome that is. There's not one type of person that comes into this business, and you know, there's not one type of person that's successful. We're all different, and we do it differently. And so I think that it would benefit all of us to learn from Farin and how she does it. So, but before we get into that, I'm gonna do some team stuff real fast. But Super Saturday is April 8th, and so we are doing our Super Saturday at Christy's house at our Emerald Retreat. And I know that all of you won't be at that. So if you're not going to be at our Emerald Retreat that weekend, please find the Super Saturday close to you. All you have to do is go to your Coach Online office, go to the FAQs and type in Super Saturday. And there's a link that'll pull up a map, and you just find the closest one to you. And I don't care if you have to go by yourself. Like, go and meet some new people, make some friends, connect with people, and because I think there's going to be some pretty cool stuff that they're going to announce at this Super Saturday. If you're a new coach, I know there's some new coaches on here. Super Saturday is a quarterly event. Well, actually, they're doing it in January, April, and then in October. They're going to skip the one, thank God, after Summit. They're not going to have that one after Summit like they normally do. But it's whenever we hear from corporate, like we get corporate training, we hear success stories from challengers and from coaches, and we always hear about like new stuff that's happening. So like they said 2 new flavors of Shakeology. There's going to be, I don't know if it's 1 or 2 new workout programs that they're going to announce. And I know at some point they're going to announce some new nutrition stuff, and we're going international this year. So like all that stuff is going to be announced at the Super Saturday. So make sure that you get to one. And I think that too, I always say this, events are so important, because we work this business, we work our businesses from our phones, in our car, at our desk, and you know, from our home office. And it's so important for us to get out there and to interact and meet other people who are doing it as well. It just like fuels your fire and gives you that juice to keep going. So Super Saturday is April 8th. That's a Saturday. Some people have them on Sundays or Friday nights, but just find one near you and make sure that you get to one, because they are a lot of fun, and they're just awesome. Okay, so Success Club, that's where we're at. Look at my slides got messed up. But this is our team. This is our downline. This is where we're at as a team. There aren't a lot of us at Success Club, but there are a lot of people that have points on the board, which is cool. That's exciting, okay? So, guys, it is March 27th. We have 28th, 29th, 30th, 31st, 4 more days to hit Success Club, okay? And so you can do it. And, like, I'm throwing all kinds of stuff out there in our Phase 2 group, and in our team page. So like if that's your goal, like you can totally do it. If you need tips, if you need help with conversations, if you need ideas, like don't hesitate to ask me or post in our team page, and really just go for it, because there have been many months where it came down to the wire, and you know, like I had to stay up late, I had to message more people, I had to follow up with more people, I had to like really have lots of conversations with people and explain challenge packs and challenge groups. But I know that you guys can do it. And for those of you guys who are at Success Club, like, way to go. Jade Whitehurst, she knocked it out early this month. She was like, I'm not doing that again. And so she's, you know, she's been rocking it, and she's recruiting coaches. And so I'm just really proud of you guys. And even Tracy, who went through a really, really hard time this month, like she just came back from it, and she hit it, and Jason hit it early too. So I'm proud of you guys. I'm proud of everybody. And even if you don't have points on the board, like you can totally still hit Success Club. I promise you, because I've done it. Recruitment. So like our team is growing, and this month these are people in our team, on our team, who have recruited coaches, and most of these people have recruited working coaches, which is exciting. And I made a slide of some new coaches who joined our team in the last week or two, but these are the leaders on our team who are actually recruiting coaches, growing their own team, running sneak peeks, or adding people to sneak peeks, and inviting people to the coaching opportunity. Because if you don't know, guys, like, you can sell challenge packs every month. You can run challenge groups, but if you're not building a team, you know, your business is not going to grow. And it took me a long time, honestly, to build a team. It took me longer than it probably should have. But it's really important to be talking about the coaching opportunity, to be running sneak peeks, to be inviting people to my sneak peeks, to be converting people from customers to coaches, and really building that momentum and building a team of your own. And so kudos to you guys who are on here. So some new coaches within the last week. We have Carly Green. She is from North Carolina. Elizabeth Key was recruited by Lindsay Woods. I'm not sure if Elizabeth is in Alabama or not. And then Cassandra Kryn, who is Jade Whitehurst's new coach. So we're really happy to have you guys as part of Team Take Heart. And we hopefully have welcomed you all, and you guys are ready to kick off in the April Coach Basics, okay? All right, so that is all that I have as far as team updates. Does anybody have anything to add to that or ask about any of that stuff? Okay. All right. Well, I am going to turn it over to Farin. And let me just first say that Farin and I, okay, so I'm sure we connected way before Destin, like in our Rising Stars page or something. The Dream Team Rising Stars is where you go whenever you hit Diamond, and it's an awesome page. We have a weekly call. We always post stuff in there and ask questions, and everybody just comes together and you know, we share ideas and stuff. But Farin and I actually met at Destin, I think in September of last year, and she is just like, I mean, she's amazing. She's fun, she's smart, she's energetic, and she is just like the best friend that like I could have ever met through coaching. And so I'm excited for her to talk to you guys. And she just has a fire. Like I shared with you her video from Super Saturday, and she just like is a go-getter. She doesn't make excuses. She has 2 very small children. She works 2 part of the time, and so like I just love her energy, and I wanted her to share with you guys about how she conducts her conversations and her connections. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Farin. Thank you so much for doing this. I'm going to mute myself. So.
Okay, yay. Hi, everybody. I'm super excited to be on here because, seriously, when I met Rachel at this, like, trip, and I was, like, drawn to her. And I told her, I said, if I didn't have a coach already, I would want you as my coach. Because it's just, like, that genuine, like, and that's what you need is, like, a genuine leader. Like, and it's crazy because the behind the scenes for you guys, you know, she doesn't talk about money. She doesn't talk about like anything that you would think that coaches, you know, when we went to this trip, she only talked about her team and how she wanted to do things for her team and she wanted to help people. So, and I said, you're going places, Rachel. I was like, because with that attitude, like that's what will get you there. So, so I would like to be the first to say when Rachel, as your team gets to the top, I called it. So anyway, so when I first started as a coach, so for any newbies on here, like I did a new coach university, and the vital behaviors were to invite, and damn if I didn't invite every single day. I mean, like religiously. And when she said invite 3 to 5 a day and you friend new people, I did exactly that. Like I treated it like a job from day one. And mostly because I put out my transformation pictures, and I wanted people to, I didn't want them to see me as like a failure. I knew that if I was going in, I went all in. So my first, now that I look back at my first invites, they were lame. I mean, they were like that long, drawn out, like, hi, how are you doing? And, did you want to join? I'm doing this challenge group and all. But so I learned from that because it was good. I had to do it because I had to tell people what I was doing. And then what I noticed was because I started out that way, people started to follow my journey. So even though they didn't join me in the beginning, like they might not have joined me, but they were following me. They're like, okay, well, what's she up to? And then they knew just sending that invite, like, and I tell my coaches now that like, they're like, oh, well, no one's writing me back. And I wish I could show them that, I messaged, 5 a day for, I don't know, a month and a half or 2 months. And I would say like maybe 2 people wrote back, like here and there. Like it was a bunch of just crickets. And, but I just kept doing it because what it did is that when they started to see me posting, my fitness pictures and my transformation, my healthy food, then they were like, oh, that's what she's talking about. And like 9 months after that, I would have people that they would message me and I would get all excited and say, oh, I want to do what you're doing. And then I would look at our message. I'm like, wait, I messaged you 9 months ago and you never wrote to me, but they were watching me. So that was a huge benefit to just get myself out there. So once I felt a little more established and I was kind of getting things rolling and people are starting to see what I'm doing and they know what I'm up to. So I remember I started my messages. So first I found my niche, and I tell people this, like, find out who you are and what 5, I always say like, what 5 things make you you. And for me, it was like mom life, my coach life, my kids, I love sports. And I kind of like put that there. So I started scrolling through Facebook because when I first signed up as a coach, I was like, I need to stop this endless, like mindless Facebook scrolling because it was taking over my life. And so I decided, okay, the way that I can Facebook scroll and like see what people are up to is I would just scroll through there. And as soon as I saw somebody who looked like they were in my niche, then I would look at their page. And if they posted something, I would comment on their post. And then I would see if we related in some way. And like, I wrote this down because I was, thinking of notes and how I sold some challenge packs. And one started off just because I told a girl I liked her shirt. And I'm genuine like about it. That's the thing. Like I am completely genuine. I like legit liked your shirt. But I messaged her, hey, I like your shirt. And then she said, thanks. And then where'd you get it from? And then and then we were like going back and forth. And then I called her kids. And then that's kind of my in. Whenever they have kids, because that's part of my niche, that's like my in. That I say, hey, like, I don't know if you'd be interested, but I'm running a group. It's mostly made of moms. And, like if you want to join. And then she was like, yeah. And then she joined. So it was I didn't know her. She was just someone that I friended. And it was just because I said, I like your shirt. So, and that took maybe like 2.5 weeks. And that was like my most successful. Like, I'm pretty proud of that moment. But, and then, but now, one thing, and I think Rachel's doing a lot of this too, is just the connections. And I just recently started with Teamsy, and like I'm just in the trial phase, but like I'm just seeing how I like it because now that I'm starting to like reach out to more people, I'm losing them. So either like have a system where you're going to write things down or or like something where to follow up. But for right now, like this Teamsy thing, at least the idea of it is what I'm really liking. Is what I've been doing now is, and like now it's like one of my, I like my Success Club numbers are just like going up, up and up. And I'm like, well, maybe it's because of all these like connections I'm doing now. And so what I'll do now is I will like find somebody that I'm going to reach out to, and I just like some of their stuff, and then that's all I do. And then I will like on Teamsy, it lets me follow up tomorrow or in 2 days. So I will say in 2 days. So if you have a piece of paper, just put in there, follow up. And then in 2 days, I'll go back in to that person, and then maybe I'll comment on their stuff. And, or, I mean, if they're not posting anything, then I might, that's a harder, you have to really dig deep in there. But then, so I'll do, 2 more days. And if you might not get a challenge pack sale out of that, or you might not get anything right away. But what I've noticed is the more I'm commenting on these random people and I'm liking their stuff, and maybe I do send them a message here and there when I feel comfortable, they start to like my stuff, and then they start to see me. So either way, like it's a benefit, because if they're liking your stuff, then their people are seeing that they like your stuff, and then so I'm reaching more people now just because I'm just constantly trying to contact with new people. So that's just kind of like how I've been doing it. I'm like looking at Teamsy while I'm doing this. But like that's kind of how I've been doing it lately, and it's really worked out. But I think most of it is that consistency, and that when I did New Coach University, and they said post 3 times a day. Like I've never and so I've only been a coach for a little over a year, and I've never missed one day where I didn't post 3 times a day, because like it's my job. Like that's my job. I post 3 times a day, and it might just be like a cartoon sometimes, but I post, and I think that it's working, because they start to see like Farin keeps showing up, like there she is. And then I get people after months like that are coming back to me because I'm still there. So can I say what else?
Hey, so you've only been a coach a little over a year?
Yeah, I started in November of last. Well, so no, I guess we're in March. Yes, I started November.
So this is totally random, and I did not ask you to talk about this, but how did you get to Diamond so quickly?
I signed up I signed up my husband, and then, I didn't actually, he's not even anything. He gets so mad at me because he's like, why don't you make me Emerald? I'm like, well, you're my strong leg. I don't need you.
So your husband was on Tracy, my coach's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, Tracy. I mean, like, he was like really trying, like, he's having such a hard time being a guy and like messaging people. He's like, people don't want to do challenge groups with me. And you know what he didn't do? And we were listening to Miguel talk, and he was saying like, guys don't want to hear about your challenge group and your sweaty selfies, and he was like, so guys need to like, I think they need to message females. And he's like having a hard time with that. Yeah. So he dropped the ball, Tracy. I'm sorry.
When Miguel was doing that Facebook training, he said that he doesn't put in men for his ads. Like he targets women.
Yeah, I like that. I see you doing that Miguel stuff too.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm trying, but it's not working.
Well, it's working on me because
good.
Your stuff's coming up sponsored.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, she is doing it because you're doing exactly what he said. But I'm sure it's working. Like,
I hope it is
in the long run,
Yeah. So how did you get to Diamond?
Okay, so Diamond. So I signed up November, of last year, and then I was Diamond in May. So it took a little. You hear about people going Diamond and all that stuff, like super fast. So, but then I became like, I just had this like great girl, and then and now I have a lot of emeralds, but I don't know where that, like, I just kept plugging away, and I guess it all just fell together, and I just kept going, and then thinking like, okay, I need to keep going. And then people just ended up getting their stuff together.
Did you have a lot of people that dropped off though in that, like during that time, like coaches that went inactive or challengers that quit ordering their Shakeology and things like that?
Yeah. Like some coaches went inactive, and there was like twice that I had to order something under somebody.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to lose it. Because I think when you get to the Diamond, it's like it feels you feel terrible to lose it. Like, yeah. So I did that, and then now. I don't know if it's like just a switch, but once I stopped doing the like recruiting like I don't know, like my coaches are coming from challengers, and it's like, you know, when I went into, like, there's only, like, all the coaches, there's only like 3 that are, you know, inactive. Like, one of them's like pregnant, you know, and the other, but it's like when they come from being a challenger, they usually join because they love the product, you know, which I love. It's so crazy because the ones that I have that I get all excited and I meet with them and I do Zoom calls and they're like, I'm going to rock this business. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make so much money. And I'm like, yay, I'm going to be Melanie Mitro. And then they fall off.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm like, it's so disappointing, but I think you just can't really depend on you just have to do it for you. And if you're happy doing it with you, then, you know, are you happy? Yeah. Okay. So then just keep moving.
Yeah.
So people always say, like, you know, and I'm wondering too, like, how do you get these magical working coaches and these magical diamonds and stuff? And I don't know where they are, where these little unicorns are hiding, but
yeah, we have some unicorns on our team. I'll have to say that. I'm proud of my team. So do y'all have any questions for Farin while we've got her? Because we are I think I see us doing a lot of the same things, but like Farin does some really cool things. Will you tell them about Mommy and Me Mondays?
Oh, when I do Mommy and Me, yeah.
Yeah.
You're saying tell them I do just do Mommy and Me Monday. I've been like, just on Mondays I like work out with my kids, or I try to, but that's for my sanity too. So like I know, okay, Mondays or Mommy and Me Monday, and I see that people tend to react to videos more, and then so that's like my way of getting my kids in there, and then people like love it when your kids act crazy. So like I could be not even working out correctly at all. They don't care. They just care that she's like tormenting me during my workout. So, and then I started, no, that's it. My friend does Workout with Your Kids Wednesday. So, and then that was like that, hers gets a lot of love. So, but yeah.
And then I forgot about this. I should have shared this already, but I'll have to share them the wine video.
I knew you were going to say that. Yeah. My friend and I did this wine video. Yeah. And it was amazing. And it just kind of, so she had 100 likes on her page, and she said, I'm going to share our wine video. And I mean, our guts are hanging out. Like, you know, we were just had babies, and we were just doing it for like to be funny. And then she said, I'm going to share it. So she started to get more love. And then she was like, you know, I'm going to boost it. And she wasn't even really making any money off this, but she boosted it for $10. And I don't know what Facebook did with it, but it was like they gave it to the world. And like within 4 days, she went to 14,000 followers on her page. Like it was the craziest thing. And now, and like, I kept watching and I'm like, you're not going to be, I had like 1,000 followers. I'm like, you're not going to beat me. And I was like, oh, well, you beat me.
Yeah.
So like, bye. So yeah, that was pretty crazy. I guess that is where the guy Miguel said, you know, boosting some of those posts.
Mm-hmm.
It's just finding that right one, you know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So, but
all right, guys. Do y'all have any questions for Farin before she goes? Pick her brain. No, nothing. All right, guys. Well, Farin, thank you so much. Like, I really appreciate you doing this, and I know that, like, I took some notes just about how you do things, but that is all that we have tonight, guys. I will, like I said, like I normally do, I'll stay on for a little bit to see if anybody wants to chat about anything, if you have any questions. But thank you so much, Farin. I'll talk to you soon, okay? And I'm gonna share your video.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.